Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, as they say here in Amritsar, which is the home of the Golden Temple in India, one of the oldest and greatest, the center of the Sikhs religion. It's a very powerful place. I had hoped to do this week's video inside the Golden Temple. It's an amazing place, but there are many guards with their saber swords, and it's a very sacred place, and I don't want to invade their space with the video. So I am here in the middle of downtown. We may be hearing some horns and traffic. It's almost impossible to find a place where there are no people in India. So anyway, today is November 16th. This is the Pele Report. It is an astrological update on what's going on this week with the stars and the planets and the signs. And I'm Tom Lesher, and I think that's all about that. So let's get into it here. Yeah? This week, the moon starts out Wednesday in the sign of Cancer. Thursday, it goes into Leo. And then on Friday and Saturday, it's in the sign of Virgo, moving into Libra after that. The big thing, but I'll talk about it next week, is that the sun moves into the sign of Scorpio next week, Wednesday, but along with the new moon. We're going to have a new moon right on the edge there of Libra Scorpio next week. It'll be a big time, but it's a big time this week, so let's get down to it. First of all, a little astrology, and then I will interpret what that astrology signifies. Yeah? The energies that are best to align with during this week. It's a very, very potent time for change and transformation, which involves releasing, letting go of the old, and allowing in, accepting, and receiving the new. I say this because there's a grand trine, a very powerful configuration going on. It kind of built up last week. It's peaking this week, and next week it will still be an influence. But this week in particular, it's very, very powerful. Mars has moved into the sign of Virgo, into forming a grand trine with Pluto and Jupiter. Pluto in Capricorn, Jupiter in Taurus. A grand trine. And this Mars is, of course, opposite Chiron in the sign of Pisces. So it's like a spear, like an arrow shooting, yeah, right through there. And it is all about healing, but I'm going to describe that a little more in depth, yeah? A trine in astrology is the circle divided by 3. It's 120 degrees. And just like a three-legged table, it symbolizes balance. You can put a three-legged table just about anywhere, and it will at least stay, yeah? You know? So it is this flow, this exchange. These are all in earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This grand trine in earth is this stability and this security. But in this case, I'm going to talk about more of a change in the form, in the dynamic, in what we rely on or experience as security. Because the difference between a grand trine and just a single trine is highly significant. Because what it says is we have Mars in Virgo, trining Jupiter in Taurus. But the midpoint of that trine is right down here in early Cancer, opposed by Pluto. So we have a nice trine between Mars and Pluto, but it is opposed by Jupiter. We have a trine between Jupiter and Pluto, but it is opposed by Mars. Yes, and conjunct with Chiron. So these oppositions bring in a very powerful dynamic. And all of those midpoints, those opposing planets, the midpoints of the grand trine are all in water. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Yes? And so what we see is that, let's just look at, first of all, we can take Jupiter trine Mars. It's birth, creation, new forms, new structures, new potential, new possibility happening in the realm of work, finances, resources. Yes, our sense of self-worth this is a time of expanding that through activities that have to do with health, exercise, hygiene, diet, well-being. This Mars moving through Virgo is really calling us forward to get out there and do something, contribute something, give something. So it's very powerful, and it is opposed. The midpoint of that is in Cancer, opposed by Pluto. So this is creating new emotional bonds. A new sense of who we are is challenged or brought about by this Pluto in Capricorn, which is the job, the world, the career, the responsibility. This is a time of great change in our economic world, in our world of finance, in our world of business, in how we get along with each other. The economy is really, how people are feeling. Okay, Wall Street goes up and down according to the collective emotional psyche. Let's face it, is there fear happening, or is there trust, and belief in the system happening? Yeah, it's reflected in the markets. So the other thing that we can see is Mars in trine to Pluto, the very deepest, most powerful desire nature. Yes, our soul comes with urges, with needs. And these urges and these needs now, that midpoint is in Scorpio, opposed by Jupiter in Taurus. Okay, I'm going to talk more about that. Then we have this Jupiter trine Pluto, opposed by Mars and conjunct Chiron. And this is then, of course, Jupiter, Pluto, the most powerful, richest god of all, the god of the underworld. Diamonds, gold, and silver are all in the underworld. They're all mined. Yes? Okay? And, trining to this Jupiter. And Jupiter expands, blows up, makes bigger, whatever it connects to. So this time of great expansion, this time of opening, is then also in, what's needed to balance that is this Chiron in Pisces, and it is opposed by Mars. So the meaning of all of this astrology, as I see it, of course, is that there is interdependency. Yes, this Scorpio and Pisces and this water and this Cancer, this emotional bonding. Scorpio is emotional, spiritual, psychic union. And of course, Pisces has no boundaries, no limits to myself. I give of myself. I serve. I want union with infinity. All that is. And so the mantra for this week and the energy of this week is love is found through union. Love, or let's say better yet, love is the experience of union. The Pluto opposite the Mars, Jupiter midpoint in Cancer of myself. Yes? It's like myself. I discover myself, my feelings, my needs, my innermost core through society, through acting out, through experiencing the outer world and exposing myself through my career, my vocation, my job to the world at large. I evolve through connecting to society. The Jupiter opposition point in Scorpio to that Mars-Pluto midpoint. Scorpio, again, through union, through surrender, through joining together of my money, my finances, my goals, my needs, my desires. I experience love. I open my heart. And then, of course, Chiron, this whole, the healer. And Chiron heals through surrender. Chiron gave up his immortality. Yes, too much pain. And through giving up his earthly experience, he gained eternal awareness, infinite awareness, a new type of immortality. And so this week, I'm going to say that so much of our success, so much of our fulfillment, so much of a sense of belonging is gained, is learned, is practiced really through cooperation, really through, compromise and surrendering. We've still got Saturn in Libra, It's I learn who I am through my partnerships, through my others. The mirrors of everyone, shows me where I am locked up, where I am blocked, what I am afraid of. And this new awareness can then promote deeper connection. It can promote deeper fulfillment. It can promote a more true expression of who I am with the whole wide world. That's a bus, You know the vehicle by the sound of the horn. It's freaking great around here, man. Absolutely amazing. That's a rickshaw. They have that type of a horn. Anyway, where the hell was I? So it's just about, whether you're going to court for a divorce or you're getting married or, your business involves, it's these business deals and things like that. It's really, we are coming out of this individualistic, capitalistic, patriarchal, self-centered, I, me, my experience into the age of Aquarius, which is about the tribe, about the community, about working with each other to realize our hopes, dreams, and wishes. So if you think you are an island and you're going to just garner off a little bit of money for yourself, or you're going to protect yourself against your, partner stealing or this, that, or the other thing, it's really time to throw it up. Yeah. I mean, I just gave my ring to a complete stranger. The guy says, namaste. And then he goes to pull the ring off of my finger. And at first it was like, no way, man. I love that ring. I've had that ring for a long time. It's black onyx. I mean, it's jet, It's it's a very awesome ring. And I was like, wow. We don't own anything. We don't have anything. We are transporters. We are conduits of energy. So I was just carrying that ring for a couple of years, for this man. And, now he's got it. So that's beautiful. And I'm sure he'll pass it on to somebody else. So, it's like this life. This life is asking us, give it up, let it go, share. And through that sharing, there comes a union, there comes an understanding, there comes love. So we come back to the mantra, love is the experience of union. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. So I'm going to stop this thing. I wish you the best. So much love. Namaste. Sat Sri Akal. Aloha.